By hook or by needles we'll craft away, stitch by stitch we'll brighten the day, knitting and crocheting just for fun.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you. My name is Sam, and this is By Hook or By Needles. Today I have this rather pretty stitch, knit stitch. This is called the Bramble Stitch. Now this is the right side. I've actually put a stitch marker there, not because I can't recognize it as the right side, but it's more there to remind me that this is the side I purl on, because I did get a bit confused initially, so I'm going to leave it there anyway. The opposite side is very plain. It's something just went pong. It was my iPad. Anyway, sorry about that. Very plain, flat. So this wouldn't be a stitch that I would recommend for scarves or blankets perhaps. It's more for perhaps a nice top or even a hat pattern. I could see a hat being very pretty in it, as well as a top and that sort of thing. But let's see how we go. This is a multiple of 4 stitches plus 2. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. So that's 5 repeats plus 2. Now I'm going to start by doing the first row of the repeat. It is only a 4-row repeat this one time, and it's another fairly easy repeat to remember, because this side, when you have the bubbles facing you, it is just purl all. So every second row is just purl all. It's only the other stitches, rows that you're working on this side that vary. So I always like that. That makes it a lot easier to follow, I think. Let me get me some yarn out, because I'm going to need a little bit. Alright, so the first row is on the right side, which is the bubble side, and we just simply purl. And so I'm just going to purl all stitches. So if you've just cast on 22 stitches, was it 22 or 20? 22 stitches, you just need to do the first row with just purling all stitches across. And if you like, you can mark that as your right side, which is your purl side, because very often it's the wrong side which is the purl side, but in this case it's not, and that's one of the reasons why I put a little stitch marker on, just so I don't get confused. Oh, an airplane. Oops, bit of fluff. Okay, so that's our first row, really nice and easy. Our second row is increases and decreases, and that it's increase of 2 and decrease 2. And when you look at it, you can see that I've got 2 stitches, and then here you can see that these 3 stitches all came from the same stitch 2 rows back. They are going to be knit together, or purled together, or purled together. Yep, they're going to be purled together, and then the single stitches in between are going to be knit 1, purl, knit. So you're going to do 3 stitches in the 1 stitch, thus increasing by 2, and that's how you're going to keep your stitch count even. So second row starts off with just a simple knit, and then in the first stitch you can see it's a single stitch we are going to knit one, okay, and then we're going to bring our yarn forward and we're going to purl through the front leg again, like that, and then we're going to go to the back, and then finally we are going to knit the front leg again. And now you can see I've got 3 stitches in one. So 3 stitches in one, just like this is over here. So we're going to bring our yarn forward, and you can see clearly 1, 2, 3 stitches into one stitch. We're now going to turn them back into one stitch. So we're going to purl through all 3, and that reduces our stitch count by 2 after we've just increased by 2, so it remains the same. The next stitch is once again knit one in the front leg, bring your yarn forward, purl one in the front leg, take your yarn back and knit one in the front leg, and you've increased by 2. Bring your yarn forward, and you can see these 3 stitches together here all came from the one stitch, and this is how you're going to recognize which row you're on and what you need to do. The repeat is basically the same. You are knit one, purl one, knit one into one stitch, and then you're purling 3 together in the next stitch. The difference comes at the beginning of the row. Sometimes you start with the knit one, purl one, knit one, and other times you start with the purl 3 together, and that's how you get the alternating sort of the bobbles alternating. You know how they're sort of staggered, they're not stacked. Okay, so we're going to go full yarn back, and once again we are going to knit one, yarn forward, purl one, yarn back, and knit one, yarn forward, and we're going to pick up those 3 and we're going to purl those 3 together. And I say these are the wrong side rows. These are the even rows, and you are actually doing just increasing and decreasing, alternating between them. Purl 3 together, yarn in the back, knit one, purl one, and knit one. Bring forward. Now we've got 4 stitches left. We're going to purl those 3 together, and then we're just going to knit the last one. And we started off with 1 knit stitch, and so we're going to end with 1 knit stitch. Okay, and that's the wrong side, so now we're going to turn it to the right side, and that lets me know I've got to purl this whole row. So I'm just going to purl this really quickly, or as quick as I can. As I say, it is only a 4-row repeat, but really you only need to remember 1 row. You just need to remember which, how to alternate. And I'm going to show you how to read your work so that you can alternate this pattern easily. All the way to the end. Okay, so now we're back on the wrong side, and let's have a look at their work. If you remember rightly, when we did the second row, there were 2 single stitches, but in this case you can see that there's only 1 single stitch, and then there's these 3 stitches belong into that 1 stitch. So in this case, when you see this, when you see just 1 stitch and then 3 like that, you know that you are going to, what are we going to do? Knit one. Always knit the first and the last stitch. So we're just going to knit that first one, and then we're going to bring the yarn forward, and we're going to purl those 3. Just let me try that again. Yep. Purl those 3 together. Take the yarn back. Once again, you can see a single stitch and then 3 which are coming from that one gap there down below. So we're going to knit one, purl one, and knit one all into the front leg. So this is not a knit front and back stitch. This is knit one, purl one, knit one. I'm going to bring our yarn forward, and then we're going to purl the next 3 together. So you can see how it's the same pattern of knit one, purl one, knit one, and then purl 3 together. It's just how the row starts and ends is how it will vary. So really, although it's a 4-row repeat, you do only have to remember one pattern sequence, which is knit one, purl one, knit one, yarn forward, and purl 3 together. Yarn back. See, this one is in 1 stitch. This set of 3 is in 1 stitch. So we're going to do our knit one, purl one, and knit one, yarn forward, and we're going to purl those 3 together. And it really is as simple as that. And this is another really pretty stitch. I would say this is my second favorite to the open knotted work, open knot work. I can never remember what it's called, but this is my second sort of favorite stitch. I really enjoy this one. Okay, so we come to the last 2. We know that the last one is going to be a single knit, but we still need to do our increase. And then we knit the last stitch. So that's row 3, no 2, sorry, no 4. So we've actually already done the repeat. That was quite quick. So that is how we form the pattern. And as you can see, I think you can see fairly clearly, got a nice little sort of V here with the berries or whatever. And I'm actually using a what is it, a 4.5 millimeter, which is a ooh, hang on, come on, focus, focus, which is a US 7, and that's my cat. The normal recommended for this sort of type of yarn would be a 4 millimeter. So if you went up even more, you would get a much gapier sort of pattern, and I think it would look even nicer. It's quite drapey and very pretty. So they are the 4 stitches. Let's look at, I'm going to do 1 row of purl, and then we're just going to have a look at the beginning of the next row and see once again how to determine which or how you start the row, because that will just makes life so much easier. If you can read your knitting and read what you're seeing, then you don't even need the pattern. Once you know that it's knit 1, purl 1, knit 1 into 1 stitch, and then purl 3 together, then all you need, as I say, to know is when do you do the knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, or when do you do the purl 3 together. And that's all you've got to just work out at the beginning of every row. Okay, so now this should be okay. Here we go. We've got knit one for our starting stitch. And then into the next stitch, which is a single. You can see it's a single. If you sort of separate it, pull it apart like that, you can see this stitch is in the V, and then there's like a purl bump. That is all just one stitch now. So this will need to be a knit one, purl one, knit one, because if you see a single stitch, you've got to multiply it. When you see this, a group of 3 like that, you know you've got to decrease. And it's quite clear. I think, if you sort of really study it and look at it, you can see that those 3 stitches all come down to the same opening, which is an indication that they are all from the one stitch. So we would just do a knit, and knit one, and then we do a knit, purl, knit, knit, purl, knit. That increases 2, so now we have to decrease 2, and so we're going to knit, turn 3 into 1 to decrease, decrease 2. And now this is a single stitch, which when we do the next row of this pattern, not the next row after the purl row, we will see that as a single, and we know that we have to then turn that back into a 3 stitch, which will be knit one, purl one, knit one. So we go to the next stitch, and it's just alternating, as I say. It's alternating knit one, purl one, knit one, and then purl 3 together. Knit one, purl one, knit one, purl 3 together. I'm very tempted to try this, as I say, in a much larger needle, but keep the ply of yarn the same. I reckon this would look really nice actually in a lace weight or sock weight yarn, using these 4.5 millimeters or even just a 4 millimeter. That would make it very drapey, very gappy and lace-like, with these little bobbles, which are not actually bobbles as such, but it gives the appearance that you've made lots of little bubbles. And we knit those 3, purl those 3 together, and then we knit the last one. So there you go, that is the pattern. And this row will be a purl row again, because this is the front of the work. So what do you think? What would you make with this stitch? I like I say, I really love it. I'm going to have to make something with it. What, I don't know yet, but it's going to be using much bigger much bigger needles than I need for the yarn I select, I think. And then yeah, maybe I'll just do a nice shawl or cowl, or I don't know. Yep, we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget, give me a thumbie. They are free and they do help me an awful lot. So till next time, thanks very much for watching, and bye bye for now.
Hi, my name is Maggie, and my mummy says you need to hit that like and subscribe button because of this YouTubey something or others, something something important. Anyway, thank you. Bye.